Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 7th. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces. In your first position here, you have this new moon in Virgo. It says, trust all will be well. You also have this full moon in Taurus. It says, detoxify on it. This is from the Moonology Manifestation Oracle, which I think it's a new deck. I don't know. I just discovered it, and it looks pretty cool. But this first row here is going to represent your general energies, and I would definitely say that it is, with Mars retrograde, in your fourth house, your fourth house literally represents the home, but guess what? Your body is your home as well. So it makes perfect sense to me that there could be, some energy around needing to detoxify or heal yourself in some way. I also feel that no catastrophizing with that trust all will be well card. Again, these are meant to be very positive cards. So I feel there is a lot of positivity, and it actually looks like a pretty good reading. You have the sun, the star, which is, whenever I get those two in a reading, to me it represents fame and fortune. But with these cards here, I would definitely make sure that you're staying healthy. You have the Queen of Cups as well, and the Star. These are all cards of healing. Even we could argue that the Ace of Cups, which you have here as well, is also a card of healing because it's a card of fulfillment and it's a card of doing things that make you feel fulfilled. So obviously, if you're not healthy, you're not going to feel fulfilled. So, it could be something you're working on here. I do feel that this trust all will be well card here, whatever this says, new moon in Virgo. What I would say here is that, I think we're manifesting things very, very quickly. So, the more you can trust that things are well, the more likely it is that they will be well because you're manifesting it. You have the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Wands here. I kind of do get like a little bit of a defensive energy from you. I don't really feel this is a bad thing here, Pisces, if I'm being honest. Sometimes I think maybe we just need to retreat, especially us Pisces. Maybe we need some time for ourselves, or maybe we just need to take a little bit of time before we enter into new situations. And I'm not just talking about love here, I'm talking about everything. So, if again, Mars retrograde, so if you need time to rest, relax, recover, it's a great time to do it because that's the whole point of Mars retrograde. And you go up to the Four of Swords here, but not only that, you cross through the Hangman, which is your card. And the Hangman puts himself in Hangman mode, obviously, to gain enlightenment, which you see right here, the sun. So to me, this is kind of like saying, if you're taking some time, not just this week, but for like the next 3 months or so, really, until March of next year, if you want to get super technical about it, you could be taking some time. And it's not saying you're not going to be doing anything. I feel you're going to be accomplishing a lot between now and then, actually. But if you are taking some time to gather information, to think about things in your life, to do any of that stuff, I think that the Hangman is basically saying you're going to be gaining a lot of information. The Four of Swords is saying that you will be healing. The Queen of Cups, of course, is a card of health, so I would be taking time to stay healthy at this time. I would also say that I would kind of, anything that invests in you is what I would be giving my energy to. I think this is true for everyone, but definitely true for you. She is holding that cup, and I always say that cup looks like a trophy. It doesn't even look like a cup. So it kind of represents her heart. It represents what she values in her life on a very deep level. And I would make sure that you're putting energy into things that not only you value, but also things that value you back. And this doesn't have to be people either. It could be situations, experiences, pretty much anything, basically. Same thing with the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of total fulfillment. So I do feel that there is some fulfillment, or a lot of fulfillment, really coming in for you. I feel, again, it's kind of weird that at the end of this year, I've been feeling like the Nine of Cups is, number one, saying make a wish. You have it right next to the star, which is definitely make a wish. But I also feel it's like saying try to stay in the Nine of Cups energy, which is feeling the feelings of what you want to feel. And I know that's a little bit confusing, but it's like if you want love, feel like you're in love, even if you're not. If you want business or success or health, feel like you are those things, and you will attract them very quickly. With the Nine of Cups, you have the star. So the star twice. I love this. See, I feel like this is almost what you're building up to, is a star quality. What did I say in one of your last readings? I think in your November reading, I said something about you like becoming a star, but those weren't the words I used. I don't remember exactly what I said, but you have the star twice in the sun. Some of you literally could be becoming famous. Some of you could be literally standing out, and it makes perfect sense to me because Jupiter is retrograding back into your sign, but Jupiter next year is going to move into your second house. Even if you're not a second house Aries Pisces, it doesn't matter. what I would say is for you, Pisces, again, when that Jupiter enters into Aries next year, at the end of this year, it's like all the seeds that you planted, really for like the last 12 years, probably, all the things you've been working for start to grow, because it's that second house energy that really kind of attracts the material side of things, but also like attracts the results as well. But, I think that there's a major focus on your values as well. So, it's like when Jupiter enters into your second house next year, it's like that's where values sit. And I feel a lot of you could be kind of, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think you are becoming more valuable. But it's not like, I'm not saying there's a number attached to your head, right? I'm just saying that I feel like you're kind of stepping into the energy of being very valuable. There's nothing wrong with that, right? With the Queen of Cups, you have the Death card. Could be you've been having a Scorpio scooting around in your life for like the past few weeks. I don't think you know who this person is yet for some of you. For some of you, you do, but for others, I feel like there could be like a little Scorpio, kind of scooting around, like I said, in your life, or they want to enter into your life. So there you go. Will this person reveal themselves? I would say yes, because you have this message in a bottle card. You also have this envelope card at the end. They both represent communication, plus the sun. The sun illuminates things, and you have the Hangman, which kind of tells me yes. And look at this. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. For those of you that want new love, I would open up with that Seven of Wands for sure. It looks like someone wants to communicate with that Page of Pentacles. Could be an earth sign as well. But Scorpio really stands out to me, just because, right? Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Wizard of the Woods. It says focus on it. And you have this Willow Spirit. It says flexibility. I feel like you are very flexible. But again, as I've been saying to you for a while, again, based off your astrology, Pisces, I would make sure that you're not getting too stuck on accomplishing things one way. This is true for everyone, but again, it's like extra true for you. So I would stay flexible. I would also focus exactly on what you want with that Seven of Cups, because, you've been getting the Seven of Cups a lot. Seven of Cups is a lot of what if energy, because Seven of Cups has some good things and bad things in those cups, as I always say to you. But it's like if you focus on the bad stuff, that's what you're going to get. Seven of Cups gives me, the vibes here in your reading. What I would say is that you have this Star, the Hangman, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is giving me these vibes of like making a decision and then regretting it later. So, I would make sure that you focus on exactly what you want so that you don't create, something that you don't want in your life, right? I'm kind of getting the vibes of like coming up with an idea and then moving in a different direction, maybe because of fears or feeling like you can't do something, and then regretting it later. So I would stick with your, I kind of feel this need of needing to stick with your gut instincts. It's like your gut is telling you to do things right now, and maybe some of these things don't make sense, or maybe you just don't think you can take your Seven of Cups and bring it down to earth, as I always say, because Seven of Cups exists up here. It's kind of like something that we're imagining. This reading, to me, is trying to make you, I don't think it's trying to make you do anything, but I do feel it's encouraging you, let's put it that way, to be very confident, because it's like your ideas are gold right now, Pisces. I think everything you touch will turn to gold over the next like decade or so, right? But you also have to believe it. You have the Hangman. Hangman is like putting yourself in Hangman mode. Again, I don't hate this for you. I actually kind of like the Hangman coming up in this reading, because I feel like Pisces needs this. I feel like you need a break. I feel like you need to catch a break. And also, I kind of feel that you're getting downloads, literally. Some of you could be having crazy dreams. It's like, I feel very weird today. Today is a weird day. I'm shooting this video on the 31st, Halloween. And I feel weird today. Almost like, I quit drinking a while ago, but I almost feel like hungover. I have this like, I can't really describe it. I feel like my face feels puffy right now. I'm just giving you telling you this because it's like last night I had some like wild ass dreams, and it's like I feel a lot of us Pisces, could be like working in our dreams, doing like dream stuff where we wake up and we're exhausted and we feel really tired, but we're doing a lot of work kind of like on the, on the other side or in the dream world. And I feel like this is saying that you're getting downloads, and that's how I felt. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like I got like a bunch of downloads while I was sleeping or something like that. And so, be kind to yourself, take a break. If you need time to rest, relax, recover, do that. Again, a lot of people always say, Chris, why are you doing readings if you're exhausted? Well, it's like, actually, when I channel, I'm not channeling from me, I'm channeling from source. This actually makes me feel better when I'm doing readings. It doesn't make me feel worse. So again, if you have like a hobby or something that you do that makes you feel better when you do it, then I would definitely do it. You have the Star card. The Star is a card of pretty much like wish fulfillment, good things coming in for you. part of me feels like you need to have a North Star. There's too much confusion. It's funny that there's 7 little stars around this big star on this card, you know? It's funny that those 7 stars are up there. And sorry, I have to cover her up because YouTube has become very immature, but, you know, she has those 7 stars around her, plus that one big star in the middle. To me, this is basically saying that, you know, maybe you have one thing that you want to accomplish, but all those little stars, plus the 7 of Cups here, is saying that you're kind of like saying, oh, I have to do all these little things first. I kind of get that feeling here that this reading is saying, no, go straight for the big thing. Go straight for your big dream, your big goal, your big wish. Because I think that Pisces really needs to create these big dreams because, again, we are like the ones that I feel are showing everyone else what is possible. The star is, she's pouring that water on the land. It basically says what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. But right now, astrologically, I think Pisces is the one that's doing the pouring. I think us Pisces in the future, the near future, next year, 2 years, 3 years, are going to be the ones that are showing people what's possible. And we need to be like the positive example so we can break out of this mess, right? With the star card, you have the King of Cups, you. I mean, I just think this is you here. And by the way, I don't really think there's anything unexpected coming in for you, just so you know. With the Hangman, you have the 7 of Cups again. So, you know, I would like kind of make a decision and stick with it here. The 7 of Cups, like I said, some sort of dream that exists up here, Neptune and Pisces. I talk about this all the time. I feel like you need to bring it down to earth. With the 7 of Cups here, you have the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is like cutting something off. I mean, I do think you are cutting things out very, very quickly from your life right now, again, based off the astrology. Uranus and Taurus as well. You know, Uranus and Taurus is all about values and things that you value. Like I said, you're also going to have Jupiter entering into your 2nd house next year, like I said. And there's a kind of like a little tiny bit of values mixed into that. And what I would say is that if something doesn't match your values, then you're probably just going to get rid of it, cut it out. And, you know, 10 of Swords is like something dead done over with, so I feel like something has come to an end. Next, we're going to see what is coming towards you at this time. You have this Come to the Edge card, and you also have this Message in a Bottle. I feel like these are 2 separate situations. I do feel like there could be communication coming in for you here. There's something more about this communication. I feel like you need to dig deeper. I mean, if you want to. Like, if you're receiving communication from a person that you don't want communication from, then obviously don't dig deeper. But, you know, I feel like someone is kind of coming to you, but they're still not coming correct is what I feel like saying. So, you know, I would be careful with this. I'm not, you know, I would just be careful of making quick decisions based off of rushed communication. That's kind of what I'm getting here in this row. You know, it's like if someone is rushing into your life and, you know, this could be anything, but if they're trying to be pushy in any way, I'm not even picking up on one thing. Like, this could be love, but it could also be business or work. And you have that Knight of Swords in this row, and I'll show you in a minute, but Knight of Swords is very rushy communication. I would be careful of that. This, I feel like, is something separate. This Come to the Edge card here, I feel like it's saying push yourself to your limits and then a little bit further. You know, this Come to the Edge card kind of says go as far as you possibly can and then go a little bit more because that's where success is going to be for you. You have the 4 Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. Again, there is definitely communication coming in for you here. I feel like this feels very rushed, very hasty, very like kind of quick decision type of communication. So it's something that I would definitely look into, right? There's some confusion here as well that I'm feeling. You see those clouds above his head. You know, the next card is the Queen of Swords. The clouds are normally only halfway up her body. So she's like the first Swords court card that sees things clearly. There's something that is not clear here, Pisces. And, you know, I feel like there's something you're not seeing as well. So, and something also needs to change. I'm getting a lot on this Knight of Swords. So if like someone's coming in, communicating, it's almost like something needs to change, you know, with this person. For some of you, I feel like this is competition because you have the 5 of Wands right next to it. So it could be in work or business. I also feel that this could be a lot of people. Like, you might be experiencing jealousy or gossip, Mars retrograde, right? And I always say just ignore it if you're experiencing that. You have the 4 Swords as well. I feel like you're in recovery mode. I feel this is you right here, this 4 Swords. I feel like you're kind of healing, focusing on blessing. So again, if this is like an ex coming back or something, I feel like you're in this healing mode. I feel like you're looking for, like, to create your own blessings. That's not really what this card means, but intuitively, that's what I'm getting on the 4 Swords, that you're more in this recovery mode. And with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like you see, like, I get this energy of things lining up in my head. It's almost as if, his head and his heart are one. I always say that one of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden, says when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. And it's about brain-heart coherence. And, I feel like I feel like your brain and your heart are coming together here, Pisces. It's like you're plugging in, which you're getting all these spiritual downloads, it seems like, as well. Very spiritual time this week for you. I'm not exactly sure where this is going. Again, I feel like the only thing that's really coming in is communication, but let's see. With the Four of Swords, you have the Page of Cups. New love coming in for you here. Look at this. You have the Death card, Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio. King of Cups, Star. It's like you've been wishing for this or dreaming for this. Could be an Aquarius as well. But there definitely could be love. Could also be a Leo. It's funny that you have Star and the Sun. These two, literally Aquarius and Leo, are opposites, and you have Aquarius, Leo, opposite each other. So it could be an Aquarius or a Leo as well. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. You have a lot of page energy here. I would be careful of, like, immature decisions, especially if someone's trying to push something into your life and through communication. I feel like you know best. You see the future right now, Pisces. So if anyone's trying to push anything, it doesn't matter what it is. Someone's trying to sell you something. If someone's trying to force you to do something. If someone's fixing your car. I always use the example. Knight of Swords is my card of second opinions. That's not what it represents. But intuitively, it's kind of like a clue card to me that sometimes we need to get a second opinion. And it doesn't say that there's that if we take our car to a mechanic and they say, oh, this is going to cost $1 million, it doesn't say that they're wrong or that they're lying. It just pretty much says there might be someone who has more experience. That's the way I see it, especially with all this page energy. I would just, get a second opinion if you're doing anything. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Are you kidding? Exactly what I was saying. So I do feel there's clarity coming in for you. If someone's trying to rush you, I would embrace that Four of Pentacles energy. He's kind of just sitting there and he's just chilling. He's not reacting, right? So I would wait. If someone is rushing in with communication, I would wait for clarity, because I feel there will be clarity with a message, and I wouldn't react to it, right? So it might be a good time to just be patient. Next, at the end here for messages from your future self, you have this unfolding surprise. It says envelope on it. It actually says unfolding, then surprise is another word. Then you have this Lion card. It says strength and success. I feel there is a lot of strength and success coming in for you here, Pisces. So definitely something I would pay attention to. I would embrace that kind of courageous, silent but deadly. That I don't know what I'm looking for here with that lion. It's like that lion is very, like, I get a very stoic energy, like not talking, not speaking, not saying anything, just focusing on your own actions and just like being who you are. I feel your future self is encouraging you to embrace that energy. It's like a lion doesn't need to convince you it's a lion. It's just going to eat your face off, right? It's just that simple through actions. So I feel like there's no need to like defend yourself. There's no need to do anything because you know who you are. And, I get that very strongly on that strength card. Or this, it's not the strength card, it's a lion card, but still. I do feel like there could be a surprise that is kind of like unfolding in your life. And I also get the sense here that, again, not reacting to things, being lion, just kind of like waiting for the perfect moment to do something, to jump onto something is going to be what you need to do here. So I kind of get the feeling here. I get a lot here, Pisces. This is like one of the crazier readings I've done for you in a while. I get this feeling of kind of like watching something unfold that's an opportunity. And, I feel that you're just kind of letting it happen. And that's exactly what I would do if I were you. So you have the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Sun here. I think this Ace of Cups is saying follow your heart, and you start with the Queen of Cups in your first row, and the Ace of Cups is kind of like saying, what situations fulfill you? What situations make your heart overflow? And how can you turn those situations into something that you do more of? It's like I think too many of us judge things like our hobbies or things that we enjoy doing, and we don't think about how we could turn it into something that, provides more for us, like, turning a hobby into a side hustle or something like that. And, I think a lot of you could be doing that. I also feel there could be a love offer coming in here for you. I would just be very patient. I wouldn't like rush right into it. I wouldn't, I would let this person, if it's a new person, I would just like allow it. I would be more in that receptive allowing mode. Let's put it that way. You have the Five of Wands here. Again, funny enough, 5 wands is my card of hobbies. So if you have any hobbies that you want to turn into a side hustle, amazing. It's also a card of conflict and competition. I would again, there probably is a lot of conflict and competition for the things that you're wanting to do right now, especially in business and work. But again, lion, right? There is no competition for the king of the jungle, even though he doesn't live in the jungle. But that's neither here nor there. But what I would say is I would just be in that lion mode, like knowing your strength. And here you go. You have the sun. Could be a Leo coming in for you, but really, again, I feel you're just embracing like more of this lion energy, and that's exactly. So I would just be bold, be assertive, go for what you want. I also feel like you need to focus on getting attention. Again, you're definitely one of the signs. To me, we're entering into the age of Aquarius. You have the star here. I'm gonna keep saying this. I know people are sick of it, but at the same time, don't listen to it. For the people that want to hear it, I would be getting as much attention as you possibly can on whatever it is that you do, because that's like the currency of the future is attention. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Two of Swords here. Getting the word initiation here. And, it's like you're being initiated into something very weird. There's kind of like a little known meaning of the Two of Swords where she, and this is kind of like from the side of the Freemasons, by the way. It's like there's a lot of Masonic imagery in the tarot. And the lady on the Two of Swords, she might actually be being initiated into something, the secret society itself. So she's kind of like sitting there. She's blindfolded. She has the swords crossed over her chest. She kind of also looks like justice as well. So I get this sense of like needing to trust your judgment. That's what's popping into my head. I know that's confusing, but again, I feel there could be an opportunity that comes in for you where I'm not saying you're being tested, but I feel like the universe is bringing you an opportunity where it's like saying, have you learned how to like listen to your heart with the Ace of Cups? Have you learned how to tap into your soul even deeper, like what your higher self wants, right? With the 5 of Wands, you have the 8 of Swords. You are not stuck. And 8 of Swords is like thinking that there's only one way of doing things when there's a lot of ways of doing things. Again, if you have competition in business, number one, I don't even think we should be worrying about competition like at all, period, right? I think we should be focusing on co-creation because that's what the universe wants. I think we're moving from competition to co-creation. That doesn't mean there won't be competition, but, still, that's what I would focus on. And but also, if there is a lot of competition, you're trying to stand out, I would just try new things. With the sun, you have the moon. Opposites. There is something about opposites here. I literally said that with the star and the sun. I feel some of you could be attracting a person who is like the complete opposite of you. That's definitely how it's popping into my head here. For others, definitely time to trust your intuition. I would also mix both of those energies together. Sometimes I feel, and you have the sun, the star, and the moon. So again, very tapped in up there. But number 2, I would mix the sun and the star together. Your intuition with attention, your intuition with childlike, playful energy, like all that stuff. Very interesting. I also kind of feel like this is saying that the answer to everything right now, but the moon could be you confusing yourself. So I feel like it's saying, no, you know what you need to do with your life. Stop confusing yourself. We're going to just do one question as a personalish reading. So these are the 3 cards. Feel free to think of one question if you have one. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm just going to put them all together. So feel free to pause the reading if you need time to think of a question right now, because I'm going to read the cards. You have the High Priestess, the King of Swords, and the 3 of Pentacles. Again, teamwork makes the dream work. Co-creation, 3 of Pentacles. I also feel you need to trust your intuition here. It's like I kind of feel like she's getting a download with the High Priestess. I feel like the King of Swords is like, you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need. Hangman, he's hanging to get knowledge and wisdom. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. And then you have the 3 of Pentacles. It's like time to assemble your team with that 3 of Pentacles. Your team doesn't have to be people, although I would definitely encourage you to work together with other people. It's like probably one of the fastest ways you can grow at this time. The universe is rewarding creating abundance for other people. So, why wouldn't you? But I kind of feel you have a vision and I would get moving. I also feel that this 3 of Pentacles is like a treasure hunt for you, Pisces, because 3 of Pentacles, there's a fire triangle up here and there's a water triangle right under the fire triangle. That is kind of like the icing on the cake. I feel like some of you are trying to discover, your secret sauce, which I feel like I said to you in your November reading as well, where it's like maybe you're doing well, like in business and work and career, but maybe you also have that feeling deep inside that there's just maybe something a little bit extra that would make all the difference. And number one, I think that's true, but number two, I feel it's something to be discovered. And so I would go on a treasure hunt. But pretty good reading, Pisces. Very deep. I like this. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.